A very common pattern that we see with binge eating is what we call the human doing, which is whereby your sense of identity is tied to always needing to feel like you are breaking through, achieving, overachieving, or being productive at the very least. And doing nothing feels like you're being lazy, or you're wasting time, or even like you are being worthless. And so now stopping, slowing down, taking a break, taking care of yourself is nigh on impossible because you feel like a waste of space. So now you're no longer a human being, which is whereby your worth is tied to just being. Now you're a human doing, whereby the only way that you can feel like you're enough is if you're constantly pushing. And the moment that you stop, your mind spirals into negativity. So this is where binge eating comes in. Binge eating gives you the perfect excuse to stop, to switch your brain off, and to zone out and not think for a while. Binge eating, for a lot of people, has almost this trance-like effect or this hypnotic quality to it, whereby it's almost like nothingness, whereby you don't have to think or feel anymore, but you also don't have to wrestle and struggle with feelings like you're being lazy or wasting time or being worthless, because you're not doing nothing. You're busy. You're busy eating, because eating's a doing thing. So in order to fully and permanently fix this issue, it's vital that we get to the true underlying source of the real issue. Trying to force yourself to take breaks throughout the day, to meditate, to go to a spa on the weekend. Not that those things aren't great things to do, but the chances are you're either not going to stick to it or it's not going to work anyway because it's not addressing the real underlying issue. So sometimes it's more of a self-worth thing, like I've already described. Sometimes it's more of a certainty thing, whereby you're trying to control things that fundamentally are out of your control. You want to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen before it happens, which of course is impossible. So that leaves you constantly worrying or overanalyzing or overthinking stuff. And now you're just caught in this kind of endless cycle of what if questions over and over and over again. Sometimes it's more of a perfectionism thing, whereby you're constantly asking yourself questions like what else is wrong and what else isn't good enough in yourself, in your work, in what you've done. You're looking for 100% protection against criticism or anybody ever thinking anything bad of you, which obviously leaves you in this never-ending chase for perfection, which of course is impossible, and again leaves you just stressed out, burnt out, and is unsustainable. And sometimes it's all of the above, because often these unconsciously learned patterns and behaviors are very closely related and closely intertwined. So hopefully by now you can see that binge eating has very little to do with food. It's all of the underlying issues that need to be addressed. But if you've ever worried to yourself something along the lines of, I'm smart, I'm hardworking, I'm driven, I'm intelligent, why the hell can't I get a grip on my food issues? Hopefully this gives you a little bit more clarity now. The chances are that you've never even gotten close to addressing the types of issues that I've been talking about here, certainly not comprehensively or effectively.